Hi everyone, how are you all doing again today? My name is Steve from Steve Vaping UK, and today I want to talk about this fairly big guy. This is the new KangerTech Dripbox 160W TC, and yeah, it's a good little device. I purchased my one from Essex Vape in Romford, where I get a lot of my Totally Wicked stuff. It's from the Totally Wicked shop. Don't buy all my stuff from Totally Wicked per se, but if I ever am, I do like to go to that shop. And I popped in to get some of this, which is Niachrome. Now, I wanted to buy Niachrome for other reasons, which doesn't matter. And I saw this, and I was like, okay, well, let's have a go. And I liked it. I did used to have the old 60W Dripbox, and I was not a massive fan of it. I thought it was okay, but just not a big fan. And you know, I saw this one and I thought this might be good. Now, a couple of things it does to say on it. It says it does temperature control for Niachrome, and it does temperature, and it can go up to 160 watts. Now, I haven't got all the testing equipment around. I would, if it does or doesn't, that's not for me to say. What I will say though is it's a fairly good device, and KangerTech, you've made something that feels good. Well done. I like how it fits in the hand. I'm quite a big fan of squonking. Generally, when I'm at home, I'll use something like this, like the Noisy Cricket. But if I'm out and about and I'm driving and I fancy just dripping, I use mouth to lung in normally when I'm at work sometimes. And when I get in my car, I'm like, I really need like a big vape. And so this is kind of perfect, so I can leave it in my car and you just need to like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down to my table, we'll have a look at it, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so let's get nice and up and close with this, the KangerTech Dripbox 160W. So on the side you might not be able to see that, but it says TC 160 watts, mouth to lung and direct lung, which is very interesting. There's something on the back of here that just made me chuckle a little bit. It's one of the things here, might not go into focus, I might not be able to get there, but it says do not vape the Dripbox more frequently. Interesting. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So we pop this off. We've got a nice little presentation box. This is the mod itself. We will take that out for a second. In here you get a kind of a, you know, the usual accessories. You get a manual, USB cable, accessory pack, drip box, spare tank, and replacement coil. So if we open this up like so, it comes with the instructions, which are already out. A spare squonk box, a spare coil, which is actually quite cool, really, that they would do that. You can buy these as well, and you can see this is screws into the base. USB charger cable, you get some other odds and sods in here, like to rebuild your own, and you obviously get, oh, you do not, they give you a couple new coils in there and some other bits and pieces, so nothing overly abnormal, shall we say. So let's just get all of that out of the way, and we're left with this little guy. So this is it. This is the KangerTech Dripbox 160 TC M2L direct whatever thing. So to give you a bit of specs on it, it is 84 millimeters in height and it's 51 millimeters in width at its largest point. There's going to be some comparisons to the Relo. This is the Relo, and there we go. If you put them on top of each other, the Dripbox is slightly bigger. It feels very much like the Relo, in fairness, when you're holding it. Where the buttons are is very Relo-like. It is kind of like the Relo. Anyway, I've said Relo way too many times. So, a couple of little bits. To get to this, you need to pull this out. This then releases the squonk box, which you kind of pull down. Now I've got juice in this at the moment, so you just pull this. I'm going to try not to get juice absolutely everywhere, and then that's it. You literally load that in like that. Now this itself is not hinged on anything. It's just got these two magnets. So yeah, I mean, I've not had an issue, but as you can see, it does move around somewhat, so just keep an eye on that. The batteries themselves come into here, and you just give this a quick pull and it opens up your batteries. And as you can see, one says positive just there, and one says negative just there. So we're going to get our 18650 batteries, and we're going to put one in positive side down, and we're going to put one in negative side down, and we are going to close all of that together. And we can turn it around, and as you can see, we've booted up the menu. Because I'm an idiot, I've been moving it around, and there's juice everywhere. Anyway, we open that up, and that's what we're greeted with. So as you can see, it shows your resistance, voltage, and we're currently in wattage mode. And if you go 1, 2, 3, you go to nickel mode, 1, 2, 3. We go to titanium mode, 1, 2, 3. Nichrome temperature control mode, interesting, 1, 2, 3. We're now in stainless steel, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're back into wattage. Now, normally, if you say hold this, it changes the back of the screen, which I think is really weird. I've never thought of a reason why I need to do this on the fly, but there we go, they thought you might do, so you can now do that. If you press these two in wattage mode, nothing will happen. But if you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hold these two, nothing will happen. So it's a bit of a waste. Hold these two down together and you flip your screen. Now, I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks this, but I think that's a bit of a waste of that. But there we go. That is such is life. So just taking a quick look at the little build deck in there. It's not too bad. Again, I'm sure you can put some crazy builds on there if you want. It's not too bad. The airflow, like I've said before, is via this thing, and this goes against this, if I can get it done whilst on camera. Apparently not. And there we go, that is shut off, that is open. Yeah, nice and simple really. Now the little micro USB port at the bottom is for charging purposes, and I'm not sure if this is firmware upgradable. I will find out. The actual fit and finish on it is fairly good. It's fairly sustainable. It's feels a lot better in the hand than others. Now, this is what we all want to look at. So let's just give this an unscrew, which takes off the tank, and as you can see, there's your little squonker at the bottom, and that effectively puts your juice into this little guy at the top. Now, this is marketed as a mouth to lung, and I've read that people have been mouthing to lung it. I personally haven't. And if we just bring that right up to the camera, if I squonk, juice goes in. I'm using in there at the moment one of their coils that they provided. Airflow is adjusted like this, if my camera can see it, and you can close it all the way off via the mouthpiece thing. It is effectively a really good little device. There's plenty of options on it. The fact that you can use it as a regular dripper if you want. There's a fairly big hole to your juice straight in through the top. I believe at the moment it's come out at a 0.3 ohm coil, which is good. So let's just cycle this back round to wattage mode. So it can do temperature control, like I said, in nickel, titanium and stainless steel. It has some the usual sort of stuff. So if you press the fire button and the plus together, you can change the colour, which I think is a bit of a waste of time really, but there we go. It's got the usual protections on there, which is fairly good. Yeah, it's not a bad little device. But there we go, that's it, nice and up close. I've been pretty much rocking this on wattage mode, so I'm just going to cycle this all the way back to wattage mode. And that is it, nice and simple. This is in white, feels pretty good. You've got a little squonker there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this back up top. We're going to vape it. That was it, all nice and down at the table. Currently, I've got this it's using one of their stock coils. I'm going to put it up to That's live on the wild. So let's put it up to 90 watts. Let's give it a quick squonk. And let's vape it. Yeah, really good. The airflow on this, if it's all fully open, there is no resistance at all. There is none. No resistance. You do not get resistance on this. If you crank it down just a little bit, I find that you get a bit more flavour out of it. So I've been occasionally putting this halfway, maybe knocking the wattage down a little bit. We'll knock it down to 80, let's do 84 volts. Give me just 84 volts, 84 watts, giving me just shy of 5 volts. Do it. I just find doing that, you get a bit more flavour. Now, it says it can do mouth to lung if you completely close it off. So what I'm going to do, and I understand this is a 0.3 ohm coil, but I'm going to drop the voltage down to around, I was reading on a forum and someone said you can still do it when it's at about 40 volts. So I'm going to do 38. I'm going to completely close. Oh, and let's see what happens. I'm sure it's doable. I haven't fully done it yet. This is probably one of them that I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of an update on it at some point. So let's knock this back up to, I don't know, 70. Let's knock it back up to, let's put it up to 70 just because I can't be bothered to go further. Yeah, and again, all you need to do is just squonk it and it goes up, and I heard it squonks, so I know it squonks. Buttons are okay, they're clicky, I guess. It's a good little device. One thing that, if I had to start nitpicking, I'm going to do this now. So this isn't really held on very well, and I had this. It's just not. It's a bit easy to come away, in my opinion. That might just be me. I don't know, but it's kind of easy to, you know, ping off. It hasn't happened to me yet. It will probably now happen to me. Now I've said it, but there we go. Such is life. The coils that come with it are good. They're not fantastic. I'll just try and, I've done this in my uppy closey anyway, but there we go. They're the coils in there. I mean, they're okay, I guess. It's good. It's a good little device. I mean, like I said, I had the 60 watt and I wasn't a big fan of it. I mean, generally speaking, I'll put this up a bit more. Let's go to 95 watts, eh? Let's live on the dangerous side. It really does. It really does pump out the vapor. The temperature control on it, I haven't really played around with it too much yet. I do more wattage myself, but temperature control seems to work pretty well. I had another squonking tank, should we say, at the top, and I had a stainless steel in it, I think. Yes, stainless steel. And it works okay. Me personally, I'm a big wattage man. I prefer watts, to be honest. I prefer power. What else can I nitpick on this? Leaking wise, I mean, again, it's just going to go whoop straight in there. You're probably going to get leakage. This, again, exactly the same. Let's say it's a bit, the battery thing I haven't had any issues with. This kind of line here does irritate me a little bit, I guess. The size is going to annoy people. If you are not a fan of the Relo, I think, personally, the Relo feels a bit more better in the hand. Oh, just knocked everything over, than this. I like this. It feels good in the hand, and the fact the button's there. One thing I do like doing is I hold it this way, and the reason why I hold it this way is because your kind of finger is on the squonking box thing. Another nitpick, I guess, is the way that they've laid out some of the buttons. So the fact that you can kind of, if you just accidentally push the two buttons, if I twist this round, so if I accidentally push them together, it swaps the screen round, and that's just irritating. I don't know why you would want to do that. I mean, I've never felt the need. I can go like that and go, yeah, okay, I'm happy to go. And the other kind of quick fix, you can hold the two up and down and you change the light. So let me do this. I've already done it in the downstairs anyway, but let's do it again. I've never thought of a reason why I would need to change that on the fly, but it's a bit irritating. However, all of that aside, it's a good little device. I do like the little the RDA they put on top. To be able to change them, you just unscrew them. If you've used the KangerTech 160w Dripbox, it's exactly the same. You can just unscrew it. The build deck it's okay. It's a little 2-post. You can put some average sort of bills in there, I guess. This does pop off, if not a bit stiff. And I found that with the other one as well, that getting the actual top off was a bit of a pain in the arse, but it does come off. I've got it off, so it does come off. I mean, that's really it. I mean, apart from that, will you need to rob a bank to buy this? Not really. I picked this one up for 44 quid, £44. I'd say it's good for its price. 160 watts, is it going to get there? I don't know. The fact you can do other things in this will fit the Velocity version 2, I think. The one that's got a squonk on it. Got squonkers on it, it should fit, it should be fine. The one thing I would say is if you are not a fan of big mods, you might struggle with this. I found doing it like this is fine. It's a bit to get on it. Squonking's good. I mean, for me, when I'm driving around, I know there's these new little shot things you can buy. So if you've got a dripper, you can have like a little shot. Kind of, you put your bottle in a shot and you like that, and it some juice down for you. I know those do exist. That's a lot of arsing about, in my opinion. This is pretty good. You can just do that. So 44 quid, you know, it's up to you. Me personally, I think it's a good little deal. What I'll probably do with this is I'm going to give it a bit more time. I've had it a fair while already, but I feel like I need to do a little bit more time with it. Maybe put my own build on there as well to see how that goes. So there'll be an update on this. So subscribe to the channel if you want to see that again, I guess. But again, thank you very much, guys. That is the KangerTech 160w 60 watt device. And let's do it.